You have no power here. No power at all.
Okay.
He's able to do basically whatever.
Okay, but
right? And then he gets to go back and hook up with you after anyway. What does he care?
It sounds like he playing a game. He definitely sounds like he playing to your advantage.
Doesn't give a shit.
When you are
yeah, exactly. But that was him. You know what I mean? Like I've been with other people that do play that part. Like I have been with other men. I've been with women that also like that. So it's not like. Oh yeah, but I'm also saying when you say controlling, like I'm controlling him, that's not what I'm doing. It's just that like I'm very assertive. Like I have a very that bitch mindset. You know what I mean? So like I like men that respect that. Like you know what I mean? Like
men
I don't.
It's
really hard to explain.
You're that bitch.
No, not that. I'm saying like it's a mindset. You know what I mean? Like it's really hard to explain, but I like men that accept that. But I'm not saying, oh, I'm like gonna pull this man by his hair and be like, listen to me. Like I'm not like that. That's not what I'm being by controlling at all. I just like men that listen. Literally, just listen. That's all I'm trying to say. Like I like men that listen.
Sound like you need a child, man.
Oh hell no. No.
I don't know. It sounds like you need a pet. I don't know. I mean, we all need to listen to each other, but it's the way you say it. It sounds like you just want to.
Yeah, I know what it sounds like. That's what I'm trying to correct it because that's not what I'm. But how you guys are spinning my words, it's like crazy.
I said it sound like. I ain't say it is.
Okay.
That's just what it sounds like.
Let me add something. Men always want a bad bitch, and then when they finally get a bad bitch, they can't handle her.
That's not what men want. And
yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
Men
always want the baddest bitch.
Are you a man?
No, but I hear men always say, "Oh, I want the baddest bitch. I want this bitch. I want the bitch who's a 10 out of 10. I want an arm candy. I want."
You don't hear men say that.
Yes, because men look for status. They want a woman for status.
No, we don't.
Yes, they do.
Okay, but
yes, they do. Men want
men that
a
y'all
woman
watch on
for
television.
status.
Like I hate to repeat myself, but it's the men that you are focused on, which is celebrity-minded, mainstream media push men. Everyday men. I'm a man. I'm telling you. I'm 39 years old. I'm not trying to disrespect y'all or nothing, but I'm telling you, y'all looking at men in a certain sector of reality, which is not the everyday man. The everyday man don't care about your status. Based on the conversation I had from these women, the men that I know, what they appeal to is what these two young ladies was talking about. Someone more conservative, more saving themselves. Don't no man want a bad bitch. He may want to have sex with that, but as far as a woman that he wants to be with long term and submit some type of vulnerability to, it's not a bad bitch. Trust me.
Yeah, but I'm not walking around saying
I ain't talking about you. I'm just talking about whatever you call a bad bitch. Men don't want that.
Do you think 23, 22, 21, 24-year-old women are looking for a husband right now? No, we are not looking for husbands right now.
You were talking about what the men want, and you're saying.
Yeah, do you think the men are looking for a husband for a wife right now? Absolutely not.
So
men do not want to commit right now.
But you said
to a bad bitch. No, they don't.
Yeah, but you were saying that they want a woman.
God.
Hold on. You said that they were wanting a woman with status.
They do. They want to. No, that's not what I said. Sorry, I said they want a woman to add to their status. They want a woman.
You just changed your entire.
No,
argument
she said that. She literally said that.
She said.
I said they want a woman for status. That's what I said.
TikTokers maybe.
Yeah, but I like men that are not popular.
They want a pretty girl. Okay, a man does not want
so hold on.
a conventionally.
So would this add to a man's status? An attractive, feminine, submissive woman,
or a bad bitch?
What?
You can be a bad bitch. Either or can be a bad bitch.
A submissive woman can be a bad bitch.
Anyone can be a bad bitch.
She could be a housewife and still be a bad bitch.
Exactly. I've met plenty of.
Most women who are self-proclaimed bad bitches are not really what men want.
No. Let me like 39. A bad bitch is not a criteria.
I noticed they didn't call themselves that. Y'all said it.
You can do anything and be a bad bitch.
I'm just saying.
It's an attitude.
I'm just saying most women who call themselves bad bitches most of the time.
No, I said I have a bad bitch mindset.
I'm not talking about y'all. I'm just saying most women who use that in general when they say that.
Okay, yeah, that's I was trying to find the right word, but like the best way I could explain it at that time was bad bitch mindset. But it's like
it's just confidence.
Yeah, it's
confidence. Like it's like I'm a very confident mindset. Like you know what I mean. But that's why I'm probably a narcissist.
Yeah, the thing is, men hate a confident woman. When you're a confident woman, automatically you're a bitch. You're a bitch.
No, that's not true.
Are you kidding me?
We hate bitches.
Let's go back to the first podcast I was on. MLD, I don't know his first name, but MLD was so mad when I called him out on being insecure. He hated a confident woman. He hated that I spoke out to him.
Calling a man insecure don't make you confident, though. That doesn't mean that you're confident. That just means you're confident enough to talk crazy to a man or call him out his name.
I can talk crazy to whoever I want to talk crazy to.
That doesn't equate to really confidence.
Okay, what does confidence mean to you then?
Confidence is when you can be a feminine woman without all this extra shit and be
Why feminine?
Yes, why
feminine? You asked me a question, let me answer.
Yeah,
you guys, let him talk. Go ahead.
A confident woman to me is a woman who don't gotta say the shit. She just shows up in that spirit, in that energy. She's soft-spoken because, contrary to popular belief, true power is not in let everybody know you in here. Because a beautiful woman ain't gotta do all that. Her presence is powerful enough. Those insecure women, they gotta scream, they gotta shout, they gotta say, I'm a bad bitch, hear me war. That doesn't scream confidence to me, it screams insecurity. The confident woman is really modest, she's really soft-spoken, but if you engage her, she has a lot to say, but she doesn't carry that on her sleeve, in my opinion.
To me, a confident woman is not determined through presence and what she delivers through presence. It's through action and how she, I guess, has an effect on others and the world. And if she has that positive, confident mindset, I've grown up surrounded by bad bitches that are completely different women from different backgrounds, women that are with different careers, and they're all bad bitches to me.
Cool.
Honestly.
The fuck? So what's a bad bitch?
I don't know.
A confident woman who takes no shit.
No, I think a bad bitch is a confident woman.
Take no
That's
shit
really
from
what
no
I
man?
think.
Yeah,
But how
exactly.
No, or no
confidence
bitch.
looks in
Because
the eye
like,
of the beholder.
because how
But y'all think confidence, I don't think so.
because how I grew up, like I'm like a very like loud person, like, but that's just simply how I grew up. But I'm not out of like person like publicly saying out loud like, oh, I'm that bitch, I'm like that bitch, like no, I'm not like that, but like this is the way how I think. I'm in my head, like confidently. I'm
basically, for lack of a better word, you use bad bitch mentality, basically.
Yes, because I can't think of the right word. That's what I said, but that's the best way I
It
could
could be
describe
confident. It could be,
Yeah, but like it's
audacious.
You're saying that women should be soft-spoken and feminine.
No, I said you could do what the fuck you want. I'm talking about what I deem as a confident woman is, even as a confident man. I don't think confident people make it so clear. I think confident people are very cool in their spot. They don't have to scream and holler, I'm here. Like to me, that breeds insecurity.
True. Okay, so
I agree with that.
A confident man, do you think a confident man takes charge?
When he has to.
Okay, what about a confident woman? Does she take charge? Exactly.
No,
See,
you ain't let me
said,
know. You gotta let me. That don't. See, that's what I'm saying. That's that false confidence. You're just talking over people. That's not confidence at all.
I'm sorry, but
I thought because I like to think before I speak, so that's why I took a second. So you asked me, does that mean a woman is confident? It depends on the scenario, because you could speak up because someone had to tell you to sit your ass down. So just because you could be doing the most, and the man say, "Hey, sweetheart, can you calm down?" You can bust up.
What the hell does the man gotta tell him to calm down?
Can I finish? I'm not even talking about you, sweetheart. It ain't about you. Relax. I'm talking about in general. You said, what's a confident woman? So what I'm saying is, if a man, say if someone is out of line, even if a woman got a checker, it could be a woman got a checker or a man got a checker. If a woman's out of line, acting a certain way in a restaurant, whatever, and the man or the woman say, excuse me, ma'am, could you calm down, chill out? And she gets buck and say, I ain't gotta do nothing. In her mind, she's a confident woman. But in my mind, you're just a belligerent woman. So it just depends on the scenario. Sometimes you have to speak up. Sometimes it shows power to take a back seat, male or female. So a good leader is also a good follower. So just being able to talk back and check somebody, that don't mean confidence to me. It just means you want attention.
But why?
That does not cause attention. Just because you really do not take nobody's shit and you're not going to be sitting.
On the scenario.
But why
I'm talking about your scenario, the one you literally just gave
That's
me.
not
Why
confidence.
did you answer my question with the hypothetical for a woman, but you didn't answer the question for a man with a hypothetical? Why did the woman have to get a hypothetical?
Because men are naturally supposed to have to be leaders. I think women today's time think that to be confident, they have to mimic masculine behavior to show confidence, and I don't necessarily agree with that. How many times, if a woman's around a true
like
man,
this is why men like you literally
what's
have like
men like me? You don't even know
talk
me.
about like you men like to have your mindset is like why men believe that they have so much like stress when it comes to relationships, because you guys believe that you guys
What do we
literally
believe?
you guys
That we're
have to be leaders, you guys have to be dominant, you guys have to do this and this and this, and that's why men are stressed out about relationships so freaking
men
hard.
are stressed because they don't know what type of women to pick. It ain't got nothing to do with what they doing. Men are stressed because they chase after looks outside of character.
Yeah, maybe
so
you
you
need to be
chasing after
sensitive.
women We not. What's insensitive about what I'm saying?
No, I said you need to learn how to be sensitive. Like
I'm
having the
sensitive.
I need to be a leader.
But maybe, but that's the problem. Today's women want men to be soft so they can be tough, but that's not reality.
Let me add something real quick.
Can I
Men.
just ask a question real quick? Why does he need to learn to be sensitive?
Exactly.
No, because I'm saying that whole mindset is like the whole like leaders, because then you meet like for example, like I would not be able to be with someone like personally that is so dominant, or like someone that that has a mindset where I
want a sensitive guy. Come off that shit. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying not sensitive. But yes, the word sensitive is the perfect word I use. I use the word because I literally believe it.
When the little dog dies, should he cry in the movie theater with you? You go, oh my God, I can't believe it. The little dog.
Okay, no, I don't like pussies.
What do you mean sensitive? You don't want a sensitive guy?
No, but that's not what I mean. Like being able to, I don't know the word, but being able to
Express your emotions when.
No, that's not what I mean. But I mean like the being able to
Do what you tell
Open
them
up?
to do.
no, but being a freak, I don't know the word, but it's like when being able to know like when it's okay to be like
Yeah,
Show your
express your emotions
emotions
at the right time. Like open up at the right time when it's the
yeah,
right
but what's
moment.
that word?
common sense.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. There we go.
But that don't. Vulnerability and leadership is two different things. The man is still a leader whether he shows vulnerability or not. You show vulnerability, but you
Yeah,
still got to
but
wipe your face and go back and still lead.
Our
be a
friend
leader.
Andrew over here said that no woman wants a man who's a bitch and who cries.
There's some
So
truth to that.
Hang on. What did I actually say? Repeat
what
back
I
what
heard
actually
was
said.
no woman wants a pussy. Some shit. No woman
No, what
wants
I
a
said
weak man.
was that
Some
I
shit
don't
like that.
believe that you actually want a sensitive guy. You're
Wait,
talking
can I
about
say something?
sensitive, especially emotional sensitivity.
I
Hang on,
don't-
calm down. Hang on. I've been letting you go back and forth. Chill out. Okay.
Everything is spoken.
Especially when it comes to emotional sensitivity. You don't want somebody in a movie theater, right, who cries when Bambi dies, okay? None of you women want that shit. Just stop coping. It's fucking bullshit. Total bullshit.
Yes.
Right? You're never going to convince me in a million years that that's what you want. So that, if you think that equates to being a bitch, well, I mean, I guess I can kind of grant that because I do think that is kind of bitch made
Yeah.
cry when Bambi dies, right? So that's all I'm saying.
No, you're like 100% right. Like, yeah, no girl wants a fucking pussy. Like, that's the best way I can explain a man like that.
I don't mind a sensitive man though. I think there's like, it's confident with being yourself, because some men are scared to cry, or like that sense of machismo, so it's like they don't want to cry or show that vulnerability. So I think when they do show that sensitive side of them, it shows some confidence with themselves and overall.
Okay,
I don't
that's right.
understand that. That makes no sense to me.
Well,
Wouldn't it be the opposite?
makes
Like
sense.
if you say, I think that it shows confidence if you show a vulnerable side.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
I don't
being
understand- I
brave.
don't understand why
Being
it wouldn't be
vulnerable,
equally. Let me finish. Calm down. I don't know why it wouldn't be equally, convincing of confidence if you don't show vulnerability. Why would you need to? Why is that a sign of a lack of confidence? I don't get that.
It's actually not what I was about to say. Is that being?
Yeah, I know, but I wasn't talking to you.
Okay, let me finish
let's
speaking
finish the
because you've cut me
let's
out
just
multiple
finish our
times now.
conversation. Hang on, you're gonna have plenty of time to talk. I promise. Let's just finish our conversation. Go ahead. She hasn't gotten in on the conversation. I want to get her in on the conversation. Right? It can't all be chair one all night. So anyway, go ahead. We were talking about confidence. Why would this be problematic for confidence if a man didn't show vulnerabilities?
So you cut me off so you can explain that I can now speak? That's what you did.
No,
I was
no,
about to
didn't
talk
say
and then
you
you said,
couldn't
nah,
speak.
let her
Did I say you
talk.
couldn't speak, or did I say can we get
Okay,
another
let me talk,
person-
let me talk.
Another
But-
person in also in the conversation. Is that okay? Is that okay, Your Majesty? Is there anything else we can do for you, Your Majesty?
Yes,
You know
peasant.
what? Why don't we, hang on, somebody go get Brian. Let's just get you the keys to the fucking studio, Your Highness, and we'll roll out the red carpet. You can come on in. We'll get you some spritzers. Like, what else can we do for you tonight? But in the meantime, while you think about everything we can possibly do for you, perhaps we can get this other gal in because she hasn't been able to enter in the conversation.
Silence, peasant. Okay, like I
Oh,
was
you got
gonna
me.
say.
Got him.
Okay, like I was gonna say is that
No, it's you, right?
Yeah.
He's talking to you, right?
Okay, what's your question? Or what's your response?
Yeah, so my question to you was just how does it show that it's not actually confidence?
It's because
Just because they don't open up about vulnerability.
with today's like society, people often want men to not show that vulnerability because they want them to be strong or machismo. But I think being able to show that confident side, or not that confident side, but being able to show that sensitive and vulnerable side is confident.
But don't you agree that oftentimes a big complaint which happens in relationships is that when men open up to women, they use that information as a weapon that they can then that they can then utilize later. So in some ways, it's almost like intel gathering. And in this way, they can learn your fears. They can learn various weapons to use against you. As men, they have physical strength. They don't really need to be able to weaponize emotion against women. However, women don't have that same asset at their disposal, so for them, information is key, right? So in some ways, aren't you basically requesting that a man possibly give you weapons that you can use against him later that he just never has to give up at all?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. There are some ladies out there who do take advantage of information like that, but again, it's just with who you choose to share that information with, and it doesn't have to be right after a day that you choose to share that vulnerable side, but being able to share that eventually is strong.
How long is eventually? Like, if he never shared, if he never gave you the weapons, like, what's wrong with that, right? I don't really understand why that would even show a lack of confidence. Let's say this guy handles all of his business. He takes care of everything he's supposed to do. He takes care of all of his responsibilities and duties. He just doesn't want to open up to you about whatever emotions he has about any particular fears that he has or things like this. Why is that actually a sign of weakness rather than a sign of strength?
Because you don't trust me. If I'm dating someone and they don't show vulnerability or they aren't comfortable enough,
then you don't have any weapons.
No, I'm not saying that it's a weapon, but you have to.
What happened to you, bro? Are you okay? He's been through some shit, obviously. Like,
who rejected you?
I mean, there's some truth to what he's saying.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And there's some truth to what y'all saying too, because I get it. It's like.
So, but going back to what I was saying originally, vulnerability. That's what I was trying to use earlier.
Who hurt you? Are we doing the who hurt you thing?
Yeah.
Who hurt you, bro? Who got you? Who hurt you?
You're like, hey, you're like pushing 60.
All the dumped women on the fucking panel. Who hurt you, bro?
Okay,
you're pushing 60 and you're like, really like, you're broken.
Oh, you got me. I'm pushing
You're
60,
broken,
you're pushing
dude.
220. We all got our fucking crosses to bear here, okay?
You're broken. You're a broken spirit.
What were you saying?
The only thing that's about to break is those chair legs. So I mean, I would just calm down, honestly.
I don't want to interrupt.
You're okay. So, you think okay, let me ask you. Last time I was on, you said that as women age, they get ugly and less attractive, and then
Yes.
So
I don't. Is this controversial?
Oh,
did I make a controversial statement? As women get older, they become less attractive. Yes, this is the case.
Do you think your wife is ugly?
Oh, you were going to tie it into the wife?
Yeah.
She's less attractive now at 40 than she was when she was 20. You got me. Oh my God. I'm able to view objective reality. Boy, that was a real hit. You really got me with that one.
You're broken.
That was quite the zinger.
You're broken, dude.
Yeah, you're broken.
Why do y'all always say who hurt you? Like,
No.
a lot of people.
I just think
I'm just talking about him. I'm just talking about in general. Like, women always say who hurt you. Like,
because I just
y'all
said a
get
normal
hurt.
person.
Y'all admit when y'all get hurt.
Let me tell you
definitely. That's why we ask you, because like
Everybody gets hurt.
Can I answer?
we generally care.
I was a nanny for a very long time. I babysat for lots of people, many different ages. I have never met a stable man that acts like that man right there. Never met a stable man that acts like him.
I've never met a stable woman that can't keep her appetite under control. So, I mean, this is the thing.
What?
Right?
What is your deal, dude? Look at you. Look at you. How much do you weigh? How much
You're
do
so
you
triggered.
weigh?
Calm down. Calm down.
No one's triggered but
I'm 6
you.
foot and 200 pounds. You're right. I need to lose about 15. You need to lose about 50. Okay? Look, we all got our roles here. Calm down.
You're broken. You're a broken boy.
You got me. You know what you are? You're a broken record because all you got is you're broken. I haven't heard you say anything else.
I just feel like the mindset of like your head immediately going to she's using it as a weapon. I don't know, like for me, I would never do that. So I think it really depends on who you are with, because I agree with her. Like, I think it's not like lack of not showing trust. Like, I would want to be emotionally vulnerable with
but I want you to think about it from the other end. What you're saying makes sense to me, right? It's rational. You say the idea of a man opening up to me is showing that the man has trust. This is rational to me. The problem is it's also rational to me the other way. The man says, well, wait a second. If I open up, I actually give the women around me weapons they would not ordinarily have and information they would not ordinarily have, which can then be used against me. That's also rational.
It is.
Even opening up to you that they have that fear, but itself can be weaponized and used against them. So the thing is like, at the same time women say, I want an emotionally stable Billy badass guy, right? At the other side of their mouth, the guy, I also want somebody who's super emotional and opens up to me. It's like, well, that's because Billy Badass, really, you can't emotionally weaponize anything against him unless he tells it to you.
Well, I don't think I'm asking for someone to be super emotional with me all the time. It's just, if I were to want to be with someone, I would want to be emotionally connected with them. Right?
Yeah, but why does that include that person telling you their fears or telling you things or, things about themselves which could potentially later be utilized against them? Why is that a requirement for emotional connection?
I don't know. I just feel like if you have a mindset of, oh, this woman is going to use my emotional vulnerability against me, for one, I don't think...
It's not a set of is, so it's not saying...
I don't know. To me, I think you should be working on yourself.
Yeah, it's not saying she will do this. It's saying, why even give her the opportunity to ever do this?
What's the point of being with someone if you're not going to emotionally connect with them?
Men are not with women so that they have an emotional support animal, okay? That's not what they're there for. They're not with women
but men expect us to be vulnerable and feminine.
About their deepest, darkest fears. That's not what they're with them for. I'm going to tell you the truth. You may not hear this, but they're mostly with women because they really want to fuck them. That's honestly why most men
And that's probably the same reason why we're with men too.
Not because they want an emotional support animal. They are viewing women through the prism of physical beauty, attractiveness, childbearing, not through the lens of, can you help me out with my emotional problems? Women are the ones who have the emotional problems. They buy into the witchcraft of psychology and therapy and all that bullshit. Men don't want anything to do with it. Men are literally playing video games and in lobbies, talking shit to each other and having a ball. They don't need therapy. They don't need any. That's all women stuff. That has nothing to do with men. It's not even how men function.
Wait, hold on. I do want to come back to you because I was back there. I heard you say something. Repeat what you said, like when it came to men revealing certain things about them being vulnerable. Can you just repeat it?
I don't know. I just think that if you have a mindset of, oh, this woman is going to use my emotional vulnerability against me, I think you should work on yourself before dating. Like, I think it's a self problem.
I'll respond. Go ahead.
And I lost my train of thought, but that's like my thing. Like, I just think you need to work on yourself, and not all women are like that. You can't just generalize women and say like, oh, she's gonna use it against me. Like,
well, how else? Let me ask you a question.
You're meeting the wrong woman then.
Have this exchange here.
What do you think the tools are of women for attacking men? They can't beat them up. So how do they do it?
She can answer your question in just a second. Okay. But so can you just repeat it one more time, and then I'll have the back and forth.
Yeah. I feel like if you have a mindset of thinking like, oh, this woman is going to use my emotional vulnerability against me, I think you should work on yourself before getting into a relationship.
And so do you think that men should pretty much, at what point should they be willing to be emotionally vulnerable from this jump?
Well, it's case by case. I think you would know as an adult when you can trust someone.